Yay. Hey, everyone. Happy September. So excited for this call because we get to celebrate all of the amazing achievements you all have done from May through August. And I cannot wait to highlight you all and just let you take some time to celebrate yourself for all that you've accomplished. I think it's very common, depending on your Enneagram, but I think it's very common for people to not take enough time to celebrate themselves when we're not where we want to be yet, because we have these big goals and we have the big vision for our future. And like some of the, like the rank ups along the way are like, it's like part of the stepping stones to where we're headed. And we don't always take the time to just celebrate ourselves and how far we've come and all we've accomplished and all the scary things we've done, and like growing outside of our comfort zone, like so many things to celebrate, hitting these things. A lot of the, like the rank ups and the top recruiters and all of that, those are reflections of so much that has gone on behind the scenes that people haven't seen. Staying up after your kids go to bed to work, getting up before they get up, whatever that looks like, and pouring into personal growth and reading the books and hopping on the team calls and praying over your team and having hard conversations and being bold and doing scary things. Like so much of the things we don't see is the reflection of these fun, these rank ups and cruise earners and all of the things. And so I'm really excited to get to hear from a few of you all. I asked some ladies who are just so inspiring to me. They are doing hard things. They are showing up for themselves, their families, their futures, their dreams, their businesses, despite life, because we all have things going on, right? Like life is crazy for everyone in some way, shape, or form. We all have hard things we have to go through. Summer was a lot. All the kids home. It was kind of crazy, but that's why I'm even more excited about this soon, because you all had no excuses. You decided that you were worth it. Your families were worth this. And you stayed in action and you did the things. So first up, I just love this quote. This probably should have gone while I was chatting, but I think it's so important. This is exactly what I was just saying, like celebrate not just the destination, but the journey that got you there. And every piece of your story has value. It's so important to remember that as we're headed to where we're going. I have to remind myself of this all the time. Even the hard things that we go through, there's that post in the team page that talks about if you went diamond in 5 years, that's only 9 rank ups in the space of 5 years. And so that's like however many months in between if you rank up so often. You can find it on the team page. It describes it better than I am right now. But the point is that there's only 9 rank ups from like beginning it to diamond in that space of that 5 years. But 5 years really isn't a ton of time to go diamond and to be earning like a diamond income. But only 9 months out of, 60 months. And so on the months that we're not ranking up and the months that we're not seeing the fruit yet, I think it can be really easy to just get discouraged and not celebrate how far we've come. Because going like, it's a huge deal. All of these things that we're going to be highlighting, it took a lot of work, and just celebrate that. All right. Okay. So first up, we're going to have Molly is going to share, but this is our rank ups from May until August. We have some more rank ups coming in a sec, but these are all of our silvers, senior silvers, golds. A lot of these ladies have fast started, and you see like same names twice or 3 times. I think, let me look on here. Yeah, Kelly is on here 3 times because she went like fast start silver, fast start senior silver, fast start gold. So like that's amazing. So you'll see your name twice. If you're on here, shout yourself out in the comments. Super, super proud of you all. It took me 6 months to go silver. Okay, so those of y'all fast starting silver, that's just incredible to me. So way to go. It's a huge, huge deal. But first up, we have Molly. She is so fun. Like I'm really enjoying getting to know her a little bit better, but she's going to share why she started Plexus and then just her top tips. She ranked up to senior silver last month. Senior silver means that you have 50 pay points. That's a huge deal. That's about 10 people on your team. And so I'm excited to hear her tips. Molly, go ahead and unmute yourself and take it away. If you're on here, let me see. She can hear me. Oh, I see her. Okay, there you are. Can't hear you though. Let me see if I can. Can you hear me? I can see you. You might have to tap the screen. Tap the screen, and on the bottom left-hand side, you should see like a little like microphone, and you might have to like call in. Oh wait, she disappeared. Now I see Katie instead of Molly. Is it because you're both on there, Katie?
Did Molly, was she here and she disappeared? Because I've been trying. Okay. I'm going to go back off and let her get on. And then I don't know. I guess she'll have to hop off after she's done if I can get back on that way.
Yes. All right. I'll have someone else go while we're waiting.
Okay.
Aline,
all right. Thanks.
Okay, if I call on you next. Okay. Aline, she just went senior silver. And she also went silver. So she's double ranked this summer. So she went silver, and I think it was like May or June, and then she just went senior silver. So she's going to share why she started Plexus and her top tips of how she's been able to achieve that rank of senior silver.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm Aline. Honestly, I didn't ever think I'd hit one spot. So I'm telling you, if I can do it, like you've heard it before, anyone can do it. No, I will talk people out of the products because I'm like, well, if it's okay for you to start, but I don't know, it can be expensive. I keep finding excuses. But the way I started Plexus was I actually started Plexus years ago because a friend was starting it. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll help. I'll sign up. I started the products, and then I stopped, and then she stopped, I think. And then years went by. I don't know how I found Katie through, I don't know, people on Instagram. And then she's like, well, if you want to get your products played, or, to try to get people. And I was like, okay, I've been using them. Why not? So I started just reaching out honestly to my sisters. I'm like, hey, I'm starting this. Do you want to try it with me? And she's like, yeah. And I have two younger sisters and a brother. So I got them all on Plexus. My mom suffers with high blood pressure. And I said, well, it's worked for other people. Do you want to try it? And she's like, okay, yeah, I'll try it. And that's the way I started kind of working up. I was talking to my sister today, and she's like, no, she's like, it's helped me just go regular. And then she's like, she had a friend who wanted to start, and she's like, well, I'm going to point them to you. And she pointed them towards me as well. Really just going from family members and just sharing. And you might not have a big story. My reason to not share long ago was I didn't have a story like Katie. I didn't have like a big change. I didn't lose 50 pounds. But like Joanna said, every story counts. I didn't lose 50 pounds. I wasn't suffering with everything that other people are, but it's helping me with the little things. Those little things are making bigger impacts. I have 2 crazy kids. I'm in charge of all my household things, and it's helping me wake up early in the morning, get dinner ready. Because as you can see, I'm still I just got out of work. I'm rushing to pick up the kids. And then people are turning around and saying, how are you doing all this? I don't have any kids. And how do you have the energy? And how are you not dying? I'm like, well, and that's how you just share and share how it's helped you on the little things, I would say. And I'm sharing how it's helping my sister go every day, how she's not feeling bloated, how she's trying to lose weight. So she's starting Metabird, we did a reset with my sister just this weekend. I'm like, do you want to just grab somebody and don't be shy to tell them, I don't know if it's going to work for you, but it's working for me. How about we try it? And be honest with it. I think that's the best way. Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's all I have to say.
I love that. Thank you so much. So good. I love that you talked about how you don't have like a crazy amazing story, but it's like all those things that just help you do life better, and that's what you're sharing. And like you're seeing success, and so you don't have to have a certain like personality or a certain story or whatever to see success in this. I love that so much. There's that quote that says, facts tell, stories sell. And I think that's what you're doing so well. It's like you're sharing those stories and you're connecting with people by sharing things that are super relatable. And so congrats. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay. Next up, we're going to have Molly share if she, I see her. Okay. Yay, Molly. You ready?
Yes, but do you see me?
Yeah, I see you and I hear you.
Okay, well, I don't see myself, but okay. Well, I had to look after Katie's name, so she can't be on right now. That's what she is not on.
Hang on, Molly. Tap your screen and flip your camera. Can you see the little like camera icon on the top of the screen? If you click that, it'll flip it around so we can see your face.
You see my garage?
There we go.
You see me?
Yay. Yes, you're good. I see you.
Okay. Okay, so should I share? Okay. So, why I initially started Plexus because I was constipated. I needed energy, and Kate posted about it all the time, but it was way too expensive. And then I was was super low, and my vitamins were out of whack, and I thought I need something super expensive so that would keep me consistent with this stuff. Because if I'm going to pay for it, I'm going to use it. So really, the cost helped me to go for it. Um, and then it was months later that I decided to go for the business side of things. And so full time, my family, we are full time construction missionaries, and we're fully supported by churches. And I was really hesitant because I didn't want any of the churches to think that we're not supported enough. Because that's not true, but this was something I was trying to add to it. And then I talked to Kate, and she encouraged me with the Proverbs 31 and how if that lady figured out how to work willingly with her hands, then we can do it too. But we just don't crochet. We do it this way. Okay. So then I was talking to my husband a little bit more, and he's like, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it well, and we're going to do it to glorify God. So that is our goal. And that's something that I have liked, like the bonus part about joining Plexus as a team. As I told my husband, I was like, I don't think this is a Christian company, but I haven't met someone yet who wasn't a Christian. So just all the bonus part was just huge for my personal walk with the Lord, because full time we're employed to share Christ with others. And that now I'm in this business where it's helping me to do that, that feel, felt, found. People want to hear about themselves and how you can relate Christ to their lives before you just hit them with the gospel. So that has really been twice. Thank you. So that has helped me in that regard as well. And then, oh yeah, I told you about that part. Okay, so yes, we go through Plexus, and oh yeah, we meet more people. Okay, so here's my mantra. Christ came to give life, but he came to give it more abundantly. And that's what I think this is all about. So many people, they make it to the end of the day, but they're exhausted. But many people make it to the end of the day. But Christ wants us, okay, he wants us to show up mentally and physically for all the moments that he's given us, okay? Not just be drugged through it and have a crash landing. And that's what I think that this is the part that is like, you could be so much better. You could just, So anyway, that's been exciting. And so my point is here, ladies, we got to pray for our people. Okay. Pray for the people who are on your team. Pray for your upline. Pray for the people who tell you no. And that has been a great way for me to conclude those not now, no, whatever conversations with, okay, thank you for the feedback. There's actually a blank spot by your name now, and I would like to fill it in. So how can I better pray for you? So then that left it with, oh yeah, I can follow up with them, with specifically actually praying for them. But then it's more than just bye. It's this is how I'm can follow up with you on an actual level. So that's helped me not to feel super awkward at the end. And then other real quick, I feel like Kate and Joe are super great at all the things and encouraging us and giving us lots of videos and how about join this event? And honestly, is kind of more than I can handle. Okay. So I had to tell myself, I'm just going to do what I can do and I'm just going to do those things well. Okay. There was this big old Labor Day thing going on. But I knew my family was going to a fair. Okay. So I just decided I'm not going to be on my phone all day intending to things. While we were all talking, somebody made a comment about, ooh, the fair food. And my mom's like, oh, hey, I've been taking these great new probiotics and they've been really helping. And then my aunt's like, where do you get these? And my mom's like, right here from Molly. And I made a sale right there at the picnic table. So I felt like the Lord blessed the effort in realizing like Kate and Joe are just putting it out there, but it's not the only option to get it done. So that has been great too. So use creativity. Um, Oh yeah. No, I don't know. How much time do I have? Am I done? I'm done. Thanks.
Okay, you're so cute. I could just listen to you all day. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. How fun is that? Congrats on your new sign. But I loved all of that. It's so true. Like, do what works for you. I love how you hit on that of like, yes, we have all of this available, but not everyone works with businesses the same. Not everyone has the same personality. Not everything is for everyone. So figure out what works for you and do that and focus on that. Be intentional with that. And so it's kind of like the less is more type thing. So super excited for you. I know you're going to be gold so soon. And I love that you can work this business as you're on the go and in the missions and so cool. I don't crochet either. I used to a long time ago, but I was cracking up on that crochet remark. Okay, y'all, next slide. Oops, here we go. Oop, back. Here we go. Okay, like senior gold, Ruby, senior Ruby, these ladies are crushing it in their businesses. They're actually all on the same team. So Betsy signed Leanne, who signed Brandy. Betsy signed Leanne and Betsy signed Brandy. Sorry, I got that confused for a sec. But if you have not seen the income disclosure for senior gold, Ruby, and senior Ruby, it's a big deal. Big deal. Senior Ruby means you're one rank away from becoming Emerald, which is a jewel. When you're a jewel, you get the lifestyle bonus or a Lexus. You get to choose. You get a free trip to Hawaii or Mexico every year with a guest. So usually lots of us will bring our husbands. We actually will leave Friday for this year's Emerald Extravaganza. It's every September. So Katie and I hopping on a plane with our husbands, and we're so excited and we cannot wait for you all to be there with us in 2024. But that is just a huge achievement, ladies. So way to go. So fun to see everyone on your teams succeeding, and the way that you are leading your team is just incredible. All right, next up we have our top recruiters for August. Faith is our top number one. She signed 7 new VIPs, you guys, which is incredible. So awesome. So way to go. Next up, we're going to hear, I'm trying to remember if I said Jan or Brittany. I think it was Jan. Let me look. Oh, I said Brittany. Okay, Brittany, yay. So Brittany is going to share, okay, Brittany, you guys, she amazes me. Okay. She was like this close to hitting her huge goal last month, but like so close yet so far away type thing. And she worked so hard, like all month, like just not because she's not doing the things like she is, but yeah, she was almost there, but not quite. But here's the deal. This month comes around. Yesterday was the 4th, and she had already signed 4 people. And so instead of feeling sorry for herself, which I get that, because like I've been there, I can't even count how many times I've been there where I've missed a big goal by like this much. But maybe I'm sure she felt sorry for herself for a little bit, but she didn't stay there, and she got into action, you guys. Day 4, she's already signed 4 people. So this graphic you're seeing is from last month. She already has 4 more people. So total in the last like what, 25-ish, 30 days. She signed 8 people. So she is going to share why she started Plexus and then her top tips of like, how is she even signing 4 people in the first 4 days of the month? Like recruiting tips. Tell us all the things.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, so I have notes on my phone so I don't ramble on because I will go down a rabbit hole. Okay, so the reason I started Plexus is because I was 7 months pregnant with our daughter and I lost my job. And I worked in healthcare, but the job that I worked in was not something that I could really share my religion with. It had to be like very quiet, like it was not allowed to be talked about. And that was really hard for me as me and my husband was really working on growing our faith, to work somewhere where I wasn't allowed to talk about it. And then most people that I worked with were non-Christians, which there's nothing wrong with non-Christians. I love them the same way. I just couldn't talk to people. So when I lost my job, me and my husband had been talking about, oh gosh, we had probably just found out we were pregnant with our daughter, that we really wanted to do something more missionary type. We wasn't for sure exactly how we wanted to do it, what we wanted to do. We didn't want to go like, we didn't necessarily like want to go overseas in the mission field. We want to be able to do it like locally or whatever. And then we had a very rough pregnancy. So when I lost my job, I didn't look for another job. My husband's like, your health is more important. Like, let's have this baby first, and then we can talk about it. And then we felt like we were called for me to be a stay-at-home mom, which in a billion years, that was the last thing that I wanted to do. I was not raised to be a stay-at-home mom. I had to have a job starting at 15, and it was work until you die kind of thing. But here we are a year and a half later. I am able to share Plexus with people and be open about our faith and reaching out to them, and growing new relationships on how I want to grow relationships instead of what corporate America is telling me on what I can and can't say. And so here we are. I am a stay-at-home mom most of the time. My kids do go to school now, so I get some free time. But we knew making the sacrifice of me not going back to work that we were going to miss a huge paycheck. And then my health plummeted really bad after we had our daughter. So I was 3 weeks postpartum when I started Plexus. And I reached out to Brooke and I said, listen, I need the products. I can't afford them. We have no money. So tell me how to do the business. And so I reached out to her basically because I'm like, I need the products, but I can't afford it. So I wanted the business and the products at the same time. So fast forward, it's been a year and a half that I've been on Plexus. I have tried different ways to approach people and try different events and just different things to help recruiting. And I'm just going to say the past 3 weeks, I've been listening to Jessica Heffley's podcast. And her podcast is either like 2 or 3 weeks ago, talked about posting, of how we feel like we post, but we're probably not posting enough. Because I was like, oh, I'll do like 1 or 2 posts a day. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. People are going to see it. In reality, 9 times out of 10, no one's going to see it. So she said to strive to do like 4 to 5 posts a day. And I'm like, that is wonkers. Like, there is no way I can post 4 times a day. Granted, I take pictures all day long of what we're doing and how we're doing. But I'm like, people are going to think I'm crazy. They're going to be like, this girl does nothing but post. But let me tell you, I post about our life. I post about the products. I post about the business. I posted just like what our hobbies are. Like Labor Day, we had a full weekend packed. And it literally took me like 2 seconds to make a post. I don't think about the post. I just, whatever is on my heart, that's what I post, and I don't look back, or else I'm going to critique every single thing. So on the 3rd of this month, I made a post of looking for 4 friends to try my pink drink for 60 days. You all have seen those posts. Usually they are the biggest flop ever. For me, I've not had any success with them. But all 4 people that have signed up this month came from that post. So I signed all 4 within 24 hours. I have 2 more that are wanting to sign up and want to do the business with them. But it's these people I have talked to since I've started, but they don't see my post. And now that I've started implementing posting a gazillion times a day, I feel like, when in reality, it's not that much. It's literally 4 times. They're seeing more. Like, people are going to comment on our family stuff. Like, tonight I posted a picture of my husband reading Bible stories before bedtime, which we do almost every single night. But tonight I just snapped a picture of it. People are going to comment on there, and then that's going to throw in my Plexus post into their feeds as well for them to see it. And so people are like, well, I can't believe you've been on it for this long. I'm like, yeah, you've been ghosting me for however long, when in reality, they're like, no, I just really don't ever see your stuff. So that is my tips, is being consistent, showing up, doing the dang thing. I know I'll lay in bed and I'm like, oh, I didn't wish people happy birthday today. And I would have been like, oh, that's no big deal. No, I'm sitting here on my phone. I take 2 seconds and do it. And then I wake up in the next morning and I don't feel overwhelmed. I'm like, okay, I did it. Whatever seeds were planted, even if they were planted 7-8 months ago, I'm finally starting to see fruit from them just by being more consistent and showing up.
Oh my goodness.
My
That's
tips.
so good. Thank you for sharing all of that. And it's so true with the algorithms. It's like less than 10% of people will see your post at any given time. And not everyone's on their phone or on Facebook in the morning, afternoon, and evening, but people are on different times of the day. And so it totally makes sense that the more you post, the more people will see it. And we used to, when I first joined Plexus, it was like recommended. I didn't have Facebook, but I made myself get it and then started to learn about it. And it was like post 6-7 times a day was the recommended with the algorithms. I was like, holy cow, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. So I figured it out, but the algorithms would change. And it was like, oh, just like 1 to 2 times a day. And so Katie and I were actually just talking about this of like, we need to get back to posting like 3 times a day, because it really does make a huge difference. And so, and it's just, and it's a simple, it's not like, I just like how simple your tips were. It's not anything like earth shattering of like, no, just be consistent and do the things. And if you forget to wish happy birthdays are a big deal. So I like that you touched on that, because, and also like when you do what you tell yourself you're going to do, that gives you confidence that you can go do more and harder things. And so you wake up the next day, not overwhelmed, because you did what you told yourself you're going to do. And so good. You're going to crush this contest, Punta Cana, or however you say that. I feel like I say it wrong, but here you come. Thank you so much, Brittany. Okay, last slide, you guys. How fun is this? Look at all of these incredible ladies. Their beautiful faces. We have Katie Chicarelli, our top credit earner, team-wide. So proud of you. We have our 1,500 to 2,250 credit earners right here on the left. We have our 1,250 plus earners right here in the middle. And then on the right side, we have our buddy earners. Huge deal. This contest was hard, especially I think because it's newer. It was a newer way of doing contests. And so it's like, when you're not used to something, it makes it a little bit harder because then you have to kind of get used to it. I know some of you just joined and you're like, this is all you know, which is awesome, because this next contest is very similar. But I'm just really, really, really proud of you all. Earning the cruise is incredible. There's some jewels that did not earn the cruise. And so the fact that you all are all on this page is amazing. If I missed someone, I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure I have everyone on here, but there's so many of you all. It can get a little hard to keep track. Next up, we have Jan sharing, because Jan just started the business. Let's see, this past, like the beginning of this year, she started the business. Look, she is in the 1,500 plus section, you guys. That means she earned the cruise plus a guest plus some cruise cash. I think she's taking her daughter, which is so fun. But Jan is a busy mom. She's a single mom. She has 8 kids, right, Jan? I hope I said that right. 8 kids.
Yeah, 8.
8, yes. She's a teacher. She works full time. Like, I feel like it's like full time plus more, like, because she works a lot, but she's like the person that, like, she just gets it done. She figures it out. She figures out a way. She has no excuses. And she's headed towards senior gold. She helped Kelly and Erica are on her team, that you see Kelly here on the right side. She earned the buddy pass. She is on Jan's team. So she's developing leaders, which is just really, really impressive. But she's going to share why she started Plexus and then her top tips of how she earned so many cruise credits. Because I want her to share that. I know the contest for the cruise is over, but we're in another contest, and earning the credits are just super similar. And so you're going to learn a lot from hearing her top tips. So Jan, go for it.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be able to share with you all. When I first heard about the cruise, I immediately visioned myself on it with my daughter. But before we talk about the cruise, let me tell you why I started Plexus. So I was in a health journey with one of my very best dear friends, and we were trying to get healthy together. I was exhausted. I was so fatigued. I was getting migraines all the time, and I was a busy mom trying to do all the things, but I was crashing. Like I could not wait for bedtime, and bedtime for my little people was around 7 or 8. And I literally was going to bed right with them. As soon as I had them in bed and I knew they weren't going back downstairs, I was in bed with them. And I felt like I was just making it to bedtime. I felt like nothing that I was doing was significant. I wanted to be present as a mom. I have a passion to be a mother. I'm blessed with 8 children, and I wanted to do better. I wanted to be literally present in every area of my life. And I felt like as much as I wanted to do all the things, I couldn't. I was too exhausted. I was too fatigued. I teach full-time. I'm a full-time health and phys ed teacher for a high school. I teach health and phys ed online, and sometimes I can have up to 300 students. Currently, I am working at a girls group home. And so on top of taking care of 8 kiddos. And so I was just like, Lord, what can I do? And my friend at the time, she said, Jan, pray about Plexus. I had never heard about Plexus. And she gave me some packets. We were walking one day, and she gave me some packets, and I tried it. And I don't know why, but it worked immediately for me. I only had 2 packets to start with. And the first day I was like, I felt so good. And I was like, I want to do this. And so she introduced me to her good friend, Julie Dominguez, who's my sponsor. And Julie was so patient with me. She introduced me back in September, and I just wasn't really ready to fully commit to it. But my friend was passing away. And in January, one of her last texts to me was, Jan, take care of your health. And she ended up going home to be with the Lord. But it caused me to really say, you know what, I have to do this. I have to focus on my health. And I want to be present in all the things. I want to lose weight. I don't want to be exhausted. I don't want to be fatigued. And so I contacted Mrs. Dominguez. I'm like, I want to do it. And I literally went crazy. In January, I think I spent like $800 on Plexus. Like, I didn't even know what I was buying. I really didn't even understand Plexus. I didn't know all the things. And I was just buying products, like tons of them. And so but I was feeling amazing. And I was like, wow, I had no clue about Plexus. How many other people need Plexus? How many other people could this be a blessing to? I have to tell them. And so I thought, I'm going to start sharing Plexus because I wanted to bless others, not even necessarily for the income, which I wanted to do it as a business. And immediately it started blessing me as I was helping other people get healthy, because I went senior gold really, or not senior gold, pardon me, I'm so sorry, gold, fast start gold really quickly. And so, yeah, I started for my health. I started because I was encouraged by my best friend, and it's just been a blessing ever since. So when I heard about this cruise, I was like, wow, I like envisioned myself on it. I have never done anything like this. I've never been on a cruise. I couldn't afford to take myself and my daughter on a cruise, but I was like, I could do this. I can earn this. And immediately I didn't ever think I'm not going to get this. I immediately thought, I'm doing this. I'm earning this. What do I have to do? And so right from the very beginning, even as I started as an ambassador, I decided to be present in all the things. If there is a call on Monday night, I'm there no matter what. I make it a priority. I read books, any book that Katie or Joanna have mentioned, I have bought. And I read, have lots of things on John Maxwell. Some other things that I do is I only had 800 friends when I first started as an ambassador, and I talked to Joanna, and Joanna told me what to do to get friends. She's like, join groups, be present, reach out to people, and then once you befriend them, send them a friend request. And I did that, and now I have like 1,500 friends. And almost 1,500. And so I did that. And then as I was trying to earn points for the cruise, I helped my good friend Kelly go gold. And then she had an ambassador join, Erica, who Erica was really new as well. So I kind of took them both on at the same time. We meet weekly, and we were meeting on Mondays. So I just kind of poured myself into them. I met with them personally and in person until they unfortunately had someone pass away in their family. So we've taken a couple of weeks off, but I'm eager to get them going again. But I guess just being consistent, when I reach out to people, I go onto their page and I try to find something that I could relate to them with. So when I message them, hey, I loved that your son did that challenge. That was so amazing. I could never do that. I don't know if you've ever seen any of my Plexus posts, but would you be up for more information? And ever since I started doing that, people are just so open to it, finding something to relate to them with and then doing it. And lastly, I'm not negative. I am so positive. Right from the very beginning, as I was looking at diamond documentaries, I shared with Mrs. Dominguez that I was going diamond, and she's like, Jan, send what you just sent to me to Joanna. And so I did. But Joanna, she's like, Jan, I'll meet you this week at this time or this time. What works for you? And I always take advantage of it. I'm so thankful for how her and Katie just pour value into us. And so I take advantage of every opportunity to learn. I watch a training every day. I have an hour drive to work almost and home. So I'm always listening to anyone that they suggest, anyone that they put into the group chat. And I do it on my own as well. I also listen to Jessica Heffley, and she is amazing. She has so much good content. So with the combination of all of those things, the Lord has really blessed it, and praising him for even bringing this opportunity into my life, thanking him for his blessings. And I feel like the more thankful we are, the more he wants to bless us. And so I'm excited to go on this cruise, but I'm also excited to earn the next one too. But thanks, Joanne.
Isn't she the best? Like, I love working with you, Jen, because you're so positive and so encouraging, and you're just so much fun. And like you're so busy, but you don't like, no one finds time to do anything. Like you have to make the time. And so I love that you talked about that and the consistency. It really is in the consistency. Like in my Diamond Doc, one of the quotes I share is daily in seemingly insignificant tasks done daily over time add up to huge results. Like that little thing that seems little of like adding friends and growing your network, which I do have a video on that if you need that, that shares exactly how you can grow your network. That seems like such a little thing because it only takes like 5-10 minutes a day or so. And it doesn't seem like it's going to yield huge results, but it totally does. I just signed someone up that I met in a group last week. And like so many of the people I sign up are from people that I connected with in groups. And so be consistent in the little things that don't seem like they matter much because they really, really do. And so cannot wait to go on the cruise with you. Super, super proud of you, Jan. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. Katie is going to just kind of end things with sharing her top tips because she is the top credit earner, you guys. Huge, huge deal. She had, I think, close to 2,400 credits. Which is incredible. It really, really is, especially as like the way the contests are structured I love it. I do. It's a lot different than we're used to. And so we kind of it was a learning curve for us, especially since we've been with Plexus for like, I don't know, however many years. But they're structured so that people coming into the company brand new have a chance to earn it, which is what we want. And I love it. It's so fun. People who join like right now can earn the trip to Punta Cana. And so as a jewel, when you don't have as many ranks to go, because you're pretty much at the top, it's harder actually to earn the credits because you get a lot of credits from rank ups. And so all that to say, it's just super impressive to me that she had 2,400 credits. And I want to hear her top tips of how she did that because we all want to know as we are headed into this next contest.
Hey, so thank you, Joe. It was a very hard contest, but also such a rewarding one because they're building it in a way that our actual business is growing. And it's not just for a carrot of a cruise or something. This is meant to make us have these lifelong residual incomes. And that is what we're all here for. I mean, really, because we can buy our own cruises then once our income's where we want it to be. So as far as everything everyone else has shared, it's just that's all it is. That's all we all have done. Like Brittany mentioned, posting more. Other people have mentioned being consistent and showing up and pouring into yourself. And I think this thing that I have to remember when I'm sharing is never forget about silvers. Silvers, it seems so basic. Grab 3 friends. But if we're not asking everyone who's joining like that, as soon as I get them, if I'm on the phone, as soon as they sign up, I always wait till they sign up. As soon as they sign up, I always say, just so you know, I always let everyone know we have an amazing compensation plan. And just by referring 3 friends to get healthy together or just grabbing 3 friends to do this with you, you get to earn $300, which is more than double paying back for your investment you just made. Like, are you interested in that? Who do you think of? Like, who comes to mind that needs these products that you'd want to get healthy with? And just not forgetting that one little step. Because developing silvers over and over and over again is going to earn you not only a cruise, it's going to find so many new business builders. And then something else that Joanna just reminded me of, like, don't forget for the people that have been on your team for maybe a year or 6 months who are just happily ordering every month. Don't forget about them because most likely you probably already have a runner on your team somewhere. And so just making sure we're going back to our former people who've been in for like 6 months, a year, 5 years, it doesn't matter. If you haven't asked them to share and they're not sharing, they may not even have a clue about it if they're not paying attention. And they may be willing to talk to people. So just like, those are the steps that if we don't forget about them, that's going to just escalate our business. And so it's not anything I did that was special. It's things that we're all doing. I'm posting consistently, adding value on my page as much as I can, and then praying over my business and trying to make sure I mention the opportunity to everyone, either I sign or remind my level 1s, my level 2s, my level 3s to be telling their people, like, don't forget about them. Or, hey, so-and-so, they've been ordering 6 months straight. Like, you should reach out to them again. Maybe it wasn't their timing. And then my last thing that I always do is just stay consistent in my customer care chat, making sure every month I'm putting the new incentives going on. And then, oh, by the way, if you haven't done this yet, if you grab 3 friends, you can earn $300. If anyone wants to do this, here's a poll, vote on it, and I'll tell you more. And like, I always do that every single month because maybe 2 months ago, they weren't having the results that they're now having, 3 months, 4 months in, and now they're ready to say something, or maybe something changed. And like Brittany, they lost their job and they are looking for something. Like, we don't know. So just remembering, something that comes to mind is Laura Robinson, one of our diamond uplines. She was a nurse, and she looked like she's loaded. We think doctors, nurses, they're loaded, whatever. And she said that she was drowning in her nursing school debt from her college. And so her friend wasn't even going to reach out to her about it because she thought, oh, Laura's so busy. She's probably so fine. She doesn't need this. But what she didn't know is that Laura, number one, needed something for her health, but also she wanted to work on her student loans and just didn't have any other way to do that with her time. And so I feel like she's the one that reached out. I forget how it works out, but basically she's like, never look at someone and prejudge them. Like, everyone needs the products for their health. If they're not on them, I truly believe that. And number two, a lot of people need the finances. Even if we have a really good job, like, our incomes and inflation is just not enough anymore. So just remembering that just to mention it, and you just never know who might perk up their ears. And Joanna told me, she's like, I didn't really take the business for like 8 months, but I was on our team. So all of you probably have someone right now on your team that may be ready to share. And I wasn't fast. I posted like once or twice. I posted horrible, really cheesy posts for like 8 months to a year. And then I finally just went all in, and then I started growing. So even somebody, don't forget them if they've already gone silver and then they stop posting or they stopped talking about it. Go back to them and find them, because that was me. I went silver in like a day, and then I was like, okay, I'm really busy, whatever. And I was not in the business. My mindset wasn't there. I didn't believe I could do it. I was scared of other people. And so you just never know who may have even already tried it and quit, who may really want or need this. Cause I sure did. I needed the business like really bad. And so just don't forget about people. Don't give up on people. And make sure you're asking every person to at least letting them know about the opportunity at their fingertips. So that's my tips.
Holy cow. That was so good. So good. It reminded me of Christina Williams. She is one of like the top jewels. Like, she trains jewels now with Plexus at corporate. Cause when you become a jewel, you get to go to a special jewel training they invite you to. You go out to corporate, they put you in a nice hotel, and they feed you like all this amazing food. It's so much fun. So look forward to that when you become Emerald. But she took just the ProBio 5, just that, for 2 years before she decided to do the business. But her sponsor kept asking and just checking in and telling her that you would be like so good at this. And so you never know when the time is right for people. So I love all of that, Katie. And it's clearly works, because look, top credit earner. All right, you all, so proud of you. Cannot wait to be on the cruise with you, and then Punta Cana. Like, how fun that we get to earn another trip. I've never been to the Dominican Republic, so I'm super excited about that. But really quick, so Katie and I are leaving on Friday for Emerald Extravaganza, so we'll be in Mexico. And so Jacobet is actually going to lead our team call on Monday. She's going to lead a power hour. And so that's going to be really, really good. So do not miss that. And then also next week, we have a really, really fun, we're going to pre-post it so it posts automatically while we're out of town, but we have a really fun challenge for you all. It's a Mayakoba, just basically like get to Emerald Extravaganza in 2024 type challenge. If that is your goal, if you want to be in Mexico or Hawaii, they flip-flop back and forth. So wherever it's going to be with us next year, commit to this challenge. It's going to be Monday through Friday of next week. And we'll have like a post each day. We're giving away a really fun giveaway for this, you guys. For everyone who participates, you get entered into the drawing for it. We'll have a prep post on Sunday, and then we'll have the daily posts throughout the week. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be really, really good. It's the Grow Your Points Challenge. And you're going to love it. And you will see fruit from it over time if you commit to it. So, all right. Thanks for hopping on. Have a great week. We'll see you in a couple weeks when we get back.